How much do you think the song Amazing Grace has generated in total revenue since it was written? Yeah, nobody knows exactly, but estimates do run into the hundreds of millions. One song written in 1772, close to 300 years later, is still generating revenue in 2026. Your songs have a shelf life that outlasts your career if you treat them as assets and not just art. The music industry gatekeeps information. The shift opens the gate. Welcome to the shift.
So, in episode one, we talked about you as the business. You are the business. The artist is the business. And in episode two, we talked about your unique sound. And now we're going to talk about the product of that business and that sound, the song. Most artists don't understand what a song actually is from a business perspective. Dre, I'll never forget the first time hearing as a kid. Every time a song gets played, someone gets paid. And I said, "Oh, okay, so this is a business. Like this is a big business." But that's when I really understood, are artists getting the money that they should be getting? And who and how are we collecting all this? And that's when I really started to dig in.
Please understand that inspiration is not strategy. Professional songwriters don't wait to feel it. They schedule writing sessions, they co write, they study song structure, and then they rewrite. There are song structures that every artist should know: verse, chorus, bridge. It's a framework, it's not a cage. You have to learn the rules before you can break them.
Learn them before you break them. Absolutely. And there's power in co-writing. There's power in collaboration. I feel like we're
Mhm.
missing that part right now. Everybody wants to do it solo. It's not cheating. It's actually ridiculously professional. Most songs have two or four writers. Co-writing actually builds your network too. Like you need a community in this business. And let's not forget, we have to address the publishing part. We'll explain.
Right. Everyone's has this different songwriting process. I know for me, there are times where I'll literally go and pick a scripture in the Bible and write from the principle of that scripture as the topic. And then there's other times I could be cleaning. I could start humming a melody and then I create a voice note.
Right. Because can you actually tell the difference between a song that is like a good song and a song that's ready, like ready to go to market? The one thing I feel like I can tell the difference is it's got to be something that feels cohesive. It's
Mm.
got to be something that feels like I can tie a ribbon around this thing. A lot of people are going to market a little too early with their songs.
Let's start laying some foundation here. Um, let's talk about two parts of a song. So when you write a song, you own two things: the composition, which is the lyrics and the melody, and the master, which is the recording. These are two separate assets with two separate income streams. We always throw around the word publishing, but I think it's important, Rebe, that we give it a simple definition. Publishing is the business of your compositions, the lyrics and melody. When your song is played on radio, when it's streamed, when it's performed live, when it's used in a movie, even when it's covered by another artist, your publishing generates performance royalty. So whenever you hear publishing, you typically hear PROs, not pros, performance rights organizations. You hear that in the same sentence. In the United States, there are three: ASCAP, BMI, and SESAC. And they collect the performance royalty on your behalf. You must register with one. It's free. There's absolutely no excuse not to. The number one mistake I see artists make is give away their publishing. That's the business of their compositions without even understanding what they're giving. But we're going to talk about more about deals in episode 11. But for now, I just want you to know what you own before you sign anything.
Right. 'Cause you can't go out the gate and into this realm with a song that doesn't have its ribbon ties around it. And in this perspective, I really want to point out that that means you don't have the business part done. A lot of people are sitting on publishing dollars because they haven't done this part. So please listen up. The difference about publishing that I want to point out, an analogy that we could use in this is like renting versus owning a home.
That's good.
Both people do it. I've rented in New York for longer than I've ever wanted to, right? But the analogy that we want, and how we want to use this analogy, is renting, you're just putting out music, just constantly putting out music, not taking care of the admin that you need to. Owning a house is like putting out your music, having your publishing intact, and it is collecting money. It is gaining equity. It is acquiring more and more dollars, right? You are building an investment versus just throwing, in some regards, money away.
What I want to help everyone that is listening to understand this about their catalog. Every song you've written, every song you're going to write, that's not just your ministry. That's not just your art. Your song isn't just worship. It's an asset. And the decisions you make about that asset today determines whether it makes you money for the next 5 years or the next 50.
This is it, Dre. We got to talk about the business of doing something, or else we can just keep doing hobbies, right?
Right.
And this is exactly why we're so passionate about educating artists before they sign anything.
Great point. So this week's assignment, register with a PRO, Performing Rights Organization, today, right now. Go to ASCAP.com or BMI.com and create your songwriter account. Then go to SoundExchange.com and register there too. It's free. Free 99. It takes 20 minutes and it ensures that you get paid when you register your music when it's played. If you don't do this, everything Rebe and I teach you in this series won't matter as much. This is the foundation. Listen, thanks for joining us here on The Shift. Please hit that subscribe button and check out the High Note Experience for the full annotated version.
Okay, so now you know the artist's identity, you know your sound, you know your song is a product. Let's pay attention to that part, right? And now it's time to record it. But you don't got $10,000. The good news is you don't need all that. Episode 4 is recording on a real budget.
And of course, if this episode shifted something in you, share it with one artist friend who needs to hear it, and catch us next Thursday on The Shift. Peace.